Hello, and welcome to Voices Unleashed. My name is Alexandra Babel, and I'm so happy to be offering this series where we welcome and celebrate voices and their influence in our community and beyond. You see next to me, I have a very familiar face, Anna Jacyszyn. Oh, so nice to have you
lovely.
here. We have been friends. We were trying to figure it out before the cameras rolled.
Yeah.
How long have we been friends?
Well, I came back to Kelowna 2008 to do a concert, and then I decided I was going to stay. So around 2009, 2008.
Yeah, that's a long time. So I have been watching you, admiring you, celebrating you, longtime fan.
Yes.
And we've been supporting each other many
All the
times,
time.
talking about what it's like to be a musician and all the ups and downs, but you are clearly killing it. And I want to talk to you about what's coming for you. But before then, I wonder how many of our audience knows all about the beginnings of your career. Like, where did you start? Were you a little girl and deciding you wanted to sing?
I've always wanted to. My mother was an opera singer, so she instilled music into our hearts always. But we also were very like hymn oriented.
Oh, yes.
So I was from the church, so I had to not sing a lot of pop songs, but I would just secretly put on my dad's shortwave radio when they were at Russian church, because I'm Polish, and they were at Russian church because he was the preacher, by the way, preacher's daughter.
Wow.
And I would listen to English music, and I would put in a cassette. That's how old I was. Put in a cassette, just press play for 2 hours or whatever the cassette, and then listen to the music and write down. I was passionate about anything. And that's when I found jazz, and I thought, what is this? It kind of stirred me in a different way. But I moved to London to be famous.
Oh, of course.
But so I'm not famous, but I did some crazy cool things. And then eventually I got on the path of jazz, but I did a lot of pop music in the beginning.
I knew that you had this beginning very similar to mine, and I too did a little sneaking. My sister bought me my first little 45 David Cassidy, I Think I Love You.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to listen to it when Mama and Papa were not home.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm confessing it now. But it was our beginnings, right? The strict upbringing, and it's not so bad. We didn't miss out on all that many things. That's okay. But also, we've come into our own, haven't we? And then you came into this love for jazz, and I need you to know that most of my most amazing professors throughout my training were the theory professors that were actually jazz musicians. Because the theory and the jazz chords, it's a very sophisticated genre.
Well, the thing that I love, and the difference between, say, classical music and singing that to jazz is kind of like being a musician, an instrumentalist, as well as a voice. You kind of like learn the rules, and you memorize the sheet music, but then you put your own, like Miles Davis, stink on it.
Oh.
And then you make it yours. And to me, that's creative. And then when when musicians, they, instead of just soloing exactly what's on the page, and they improvise and they show their passion, and then that kind of like layers something onto you. And then you start going, where did that come from? And you're creating music as you go.
Oh, and you do have your own stink. I'm telling you, this woman has her own
I wash, I promise.
Chanel number 5 today, darling. You do smell good. Now, there are so many things that you're involved in. I can't believe how you do it all. But let's talk about some of the things present day that you're doing.
Oof. Well, I love that. Thank you for asking, because I just am starting a residency until March the 9th at the Old Vines restaurant. So Saturday jazzed brunch. Lonnie Moger and I, we did it last year and the year before, and it just seems to be a really popular, and we kind of like feel the room. If somebody wants a little bit more or less, and we just infuse the room so that the menu is so good.
Oh, I know.
So I have that every Saturday now from 11 to 2. And then once a month, it's been going on since just shy of the end of COVID. Crown and Thieves, I started a residency there.
I love it there.
Yeah, the Prohibition Party.
Oh, I know. I heard about it. Woo!
I know. So it's quite fun because so many people, when it first opened, so many people came down, and I assumed so many people, but because they called me, but people would go, oh my God, Anna Jackyson's got to sing here. Anna Jackson's got to sing here.
Yeah.
So enough people said Anna Jackson, so they tried to Google me, but they heard Jacyszyn, Jackson.
Wrong.
They couldn't find me. So one time this girl, a friend of mine, said, here, take her phone number and call her. So I went there and I went, I want to sing here.
Oh, of course.
And they're like, that's why we're calling you. And it's been a monthly residency for the last 3 years.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love that. What else? What else? There's more. You're doing more.
There is more. This Christmas, December the 22nd.
Now, we are. This is the whole point. I hope you're all listening.
Thank you. Please listen, because this is wonderful. And I even brought a flyer.
See?
Look
A
at
flyer.
me. Which will
First guest
probably...
with her own flyer.
Jacyszyn telling I'm flying. Why not be flyer? No. In 2015, I was writing a song during the biggest snow blizzard that Kelowna had, or I've seen. And literally, I lived on Gordon at the time, so the snow plows would just blow onto the driveway and we couldn't get out. So, and I never heard the word snow day before. So as my boyfriend, or my husband at the time, I think I had just been married, just started 1 year or something. He was out being a good Samaritan, and all the old biddies on the street helping. And we had a snowblower, which our friends lent us.
Aww.
So while he was doing that, I was downstairs in the basement flat playing the piano, and thought, I'm going to write a song, and it's called Snow Day.
Aww.
And I did try to bring it, but I brought the sheet music in.
So it's very important for you all to
music.
know this is original music. She's not just singing everybody else's stuff, but Anna has her own original voice. Her
there
own
it is.
Music. See, proof.
So I started writing it about, let's call this a snow day and make it a hay day. And I was just I really love Judy London. And I love how she effortlessly sings into a microphone and being so strong, but yet so quiet. I kind of wanted to do that. I have too much energy to be a Julie London, so I think Anita O'Day and Julie London. And
that sounds good.
Yeah, so I just started writing. writing Christmas songs, and then we booked Community Theatre in 2015.
Yes.
Did a huge show.
Right.
And then just winding it down, keeping it every year, December the 22nd or the 23rd. And then this year, Rotary Centre for the Arts said, would you like to do Christmas presents on our stage?
Aww.
So I'm going to be doing it.
And I really like that stage. That's an intimate theater. I really like it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like 300 people. Well,
right.
The church was only 100 people.
Right.
And it was always packed, so we had to do 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's really tiring because I have to decorate everything. And I'm a one-man show,
There's
except
so
for my
much
husband.
that people don't understand what it takes. They do not understand the labor of love that it is to be a musician. It is not easy, right?
A musician, and then somebody who also wants to have like a flair of theater. I want to make the Christmas trees, and everyone's got a costume, and it's got to be color coordinated. So I have to do all that.
So where are we going to get those tickets, and can we get them already?
Yep, you can get them now through the Rotary Centre box office, or we're going to click on one of these things, and you can just do that. Oh, see,
we can even put it in the show notes.
QR codes.
Yeah, there it is.
Finally, they've caught up with me. I've always had a QR code, and people are going, what do I do with it?
Oh, yeah, no, we're starting to get it. We're starting to catch up with you, Anna.
How are you?
I am so good. I'm so happy to be here and celebrate you, and I will be at your show.
I hope so.
And let's bring a whole bunch of people out and make us all happy with your original music. I just really want you to know that I have watched you. I'm inspired by you. Every once in a while, you'll even sing at a funeral, and my husband works at the funeral home, and guess who was there? Anna,
and we always say, John, how are you? And give us a hug. And I said, this one's for Sandra. Alexandra.
Thank you. But I just really appreciate that you came out. If there's anything else you'd like to tell your audience before we close up?
Well, Neville Bowman is my musical director on this one, and I've got Scott Gamble on drums. I've got Stefan Bienz on the double bass.
That's a lot of really good-looking people.
There's a lot of good-looking people in my band. I got
including you.
Stephen Buck on the saxophone, the flute, and the clarinet. He's a 3-in-1 kind of guy. He's always done that for me.
Look at your face light up when you talk about your music. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Come and get the love on December 22nd at the Rotary Centre for the Arts.
And it's a sing-along as well, so we get to sing too. Well, you get to sing too. I get to sing all the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kelowna Now. Thank you, Jacyszyn. Man, you are the best producer in the whole wild world. Thank you, Anna, for being my friend and for inspiring me with your beautiful music. Come again, and I'll see you on the 22nd of December. All the best. Till next time.
Aw.